This is the complete guide to have the best night at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party in Florida. We're going to go through some tips and tricks as well so you have your best night possible, since it is only 5 hours technically. And just to give some background, we have gone 5 different years since 2015, so we do know quite a bit about the party. And if you can, we highly encourage that you dress up. It just makes it so much more fun to do that, get some pictures with the whole family. And if you're not into dressing up, even just little t-shirts that look like costumes are fun too, because it does get really hot in Florida during this time. So the first thing you need to do is get there early. We got there just after 4 o'clock and the lines were already long to get in. Even though this looks really bad, I think it took about 20 minutes or so. It wasn't that bad as it seems. The party does start at 7 p.m., but you can enter as early as 4. We headed straight to Jack and Sally because that line can get up to 2 hours, and if you can get it done before the party even starts, that is a huge plus. You can do the same for some of the other character meets around the park too, the ones that have long waits. You can get it done around 5 or 6 p.m. and still have time before the party. So make sure to take advantage of having those special character meets during this time. I wouldn't waste your whole night doing it, but maybe see some of the favorite ones that you want to see the most. I would also look on the Walt Disney World app to tell you the times in which they come out and where their location is. And if you want to see any of these full meets, I'll put our link down below. It was hilarious. They were kind of fighting over who would be the 999th spirit at the Haunted Mansion. And one of the new character meets this year is Bruno and Mirabel. I believe they are meeting together. They even added some villains, but those are distanced. You can't actually meet them up close, but you can kind of talk from afar or wave. There are a ton of different characters to meet, from Main Street USA, Fantasyland, Adventureland, Frontierland, Tomorrowland, and Storybook Circus. Not all the characters will meet before the party. I believe it is Jack Skellington, the 7 Dwarves, and the Pooh Bear and Friends. Another thing you'd want to do is try some of the special treats that are only at the party. You can go on the Disney Parks website depending on what year you do visit. I would check everything out. There actually is a ton of options, and they are all through the park, so if you aren't picky, I would just happen to stop by when you get hungry and see what they have. These here are from when we went last year. Everything was pretty good. They usually have a lot of spicy food offerings, some sweet and stuff, well, a lot of sweet and savory, but there is a lot of dessert all over the park. And I think for the most part, the food is good. It's your standard cupcakes, nothing like the best food we've ever had in our entire life, but it is fun to try at these special events. Just a few clips of the special desserts this year to give you an idea. There's a ton of options just at the front of the park right off of Main Street. And of course, there's food options close to Pirates, Haunted Mansion, Fantasyland, Tomorrowland. They're all over. And the food kind of is just more Instagrammable, meaning it's prettier than the taste, so it's fun to get pictures and videos. The taste itself sometimes is just okay. If you disagree, let us know in the comments. Let us know if there's anything that you recommend for other people to try. I do think the theming though is really cool, especially with the Haunted Mansion. Next up, we recommend getting those magic shots. They have special ones near the Haunted Mansion. They change locations every year. Sometimes there's some special shots down Main Street or over by the Hall of Presidents, and just enjoy that night atmosphere. So I'll show you our pictures here. It is really neat to get those magic shots. Some of these ones being our favorite, you get to hold the little lantern prop next to the Haunted Mansion, and the lighting is really cool. They've had the Headless Horseman one every year. I believe they have a special Maleficent one this time too, and then the Hitchhikers. But they do add more in, so ask those PhotoPass photographers. They will be able to know which ones are where. And there's actually a ton more that we haven't been able to do because we had to manage our time, but here's a few more that they have all over the park. Next up, you'll want to go into those candy lines when you do pass them by. If there's not a huge line, you don't want to waste a ton of time just getting candy, but they were giving out a ton. You'll see a big bright orange light next to where the candy spots are, or you can check them out on the map, but there is a lot. And make sure to enjoy those ride overlays. The Mad Tea Party with the teacups, they do change the music and the lighting just for the party. Space Mountain is usually all black, and then Pirates of the Caribbean, they sometimes have some extra pirates hanging around. And it's worth noting that Tron and Tiana's Bayou Adventure is a standby, so you don't have to worry about the whole virtual queue mess. I did hear the first night of the party, it was about a 40-minute wait for both. And enjoy those low wait times because we got to ride quite a few things just walking right on. Now, there is only one time for fireworks, you're going to want to see that show. It really is incredible. Disney by far wins for the best fireworks in all of Florida. They always have the best shows. Jack Skellington does make an appearance, and then all of the popular Disney characters are going to see projected right onto the castle with music, a storyline, and of course lots of villains. They only play this one at the party, so you're not going to see it anywhere else. During other times they have a different show, as well as the Christmas one. They have a special one for that too. Now there's 2 times for the parade. We always go to the second one just because we always hear that the second one is less crowded than the first, but the Boo to You parade is our favorite parade out of all the parades Disney World has. It's really just that Boo to You music. It's so catchy, it gets stuck in your head for months and months, but there's a ton of different characters and awesome floats, lots of villains, of course more Haunted Mansion, which is one of our favorites, and I heard that the hitchhikers are up above now so you can wave to them, which was really cool. I do wish we were able to do that last year, but they did see us in the parade. We got some good reactions. Like I said, if you want to see our full experience, I'll link it down below. It was one of the best nights that we had, and I am team villain myself, so I'm so happy that they are adding more villains to the park and even a villain land coming eventually to the Magic Kingdom. This event does run around over $100 to $200 per person for those 5 hours, so you want to make sure you get everything in that you can. Since it is expensive, we probably won't be able to go this year, but stay tuned as we will be covering the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party hopefully this year. And finally, we highly recommend checking out the Hocus Pocus show. If you love the Sanderson sisters and you love villains, you need to see the show. I recommend the last one at midnight because it gives you the entire 5 hours or more to enjoy the party and then do the finale here. But if you have little ones, there are 3 to 4 different show times, so you don't have to wait until midnight. I hope this video was helpful. Definitely make sure to get a game plan in so you can take full advantage of those 5 hours. Go see some characters, try some special treats, get those magic shots, and see that special entertainment that they have only for the party.
I loved the parade, but my favorite thing is when we saw Jack and Skeleton and the food. It was so amazing.
My favorite part was the desserts and the fireworks and everything else. The parade was fun and the hitchhiking ghost and all of other characters.
As far as the pricing goes, I do think the event is overpriced, which is why it is hard for a lot of people to afford this, but events still sell out even with the prices doubling in the recent years. If you have the extra funds, I do think it is worth it just because we've had so many special memories at these parties, and even the after hours that we recently did at Hollywood Studios, which Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios do run after hours throughout the year that'll have even less people. I believe there are more people at these parties. Let us know what you think and subscribe if you would like to see more theme parks and fun attractions in Florida. Click these videos next for some more Halloween options in Florida. There are a ton of different Halloween events going on throughout the year, and stay tuned as we'll be covering a lot here this year. And Christmas will be here before you know it.